right, we got to get Spaz back into the studio for Spaz's Week in Review. We got a couple stories left. A lot of people still talking about the splicing of DNA between spiders and goats and whatnot. We got an email here. You guys are all laughing now. We'll see how funny it is when me and Weber go to Mars and start our own civilization. I'm going to mate elephants with water bugs, and we'll dig holes, and the water elephants will fill the holes with water. I've seen elephants used for hoses on the Flintstones, so I know it works. Then I'll start my own resort on Mars, and I'll be the richest guy on Mars, but I'll still forget to pay my phone bill. The Gooch checking in from the city, Anthony. Move over, Bowie. It's Spaz and the Spiders from Mars. Sarah Jessica Parker checking in, Anthony. We haven't heard from her in a couple weeks. No. If I sleep with Spaz, can I get on your show again? He can lick my nipples and poke me in the butt with an eight-legged goat. Eight-legged goat. Matt from Long Beach, can you put Spaz on the 7 train with Rocker next week so we could kill 2 birds with 1 bullet? Oh, wait, if Spaz has his goat vest on, he'll live. Yeah. In that case, we'll just push him off. My bulletproof goat vest. All right. Don't forget, after the show today, 7 o'clock, we're going to La Barbat. Right at 7, we'll be there. 57th Street between 8th and 9th. We're buying the first 800 beers, celebrating 2 years on the radio today. Tim, what's up?
Yo, guys, I was on the cell phone, but it died, so I'm upstairs on the payphone. I'm sorry, but it's a great crowd here already, man. We got a bunch of people downstairs drinking beers. Opie, your woman's already here, man.
Who?
Stalker Patty.
Oh boy.
You're one and only true love, man.
Show up. So you're at La Barbat right now?
Yeah, man. Real quick, I know you're in a rush, but I just want to let you guys know congratulations. I started listening to you last summer. 2 weeks later, I was in your studio watching a stripper shoot eggs out of her cooter.
Remember that show?
And,
wonderful.
The first bit I ever heard from you guys was Mike Brady as a pedophile.
That's one of our faves still.
I've never laughed so hard in my life, man.
All right, Tim. Well, we'll see you in about an hour.
Yeah, well, I'm excited for tonight, man. I'm more excited than a priest in a room full of altar boys right now.
There you go. Plenty of room for our faithful listeners. Get down to La Barbat, 57th Street between 8th and 9th. We'll be there at 7.
Syndication when Spaz kills himself.
Thank you, Tim. All right, Dan, let's get back into the Week in Review.
Spaz's Week in Review. Spaz made his way back into the studio.
Yes.
Hello, Spaz. Yes.
Pat is on line 7. Pat?
Yeah. Oh, hey, what's up?
What do you want to say real fast?
Oh, my God, you cannot let Spaz drink at that party. Because if he loses one more brain cell, he will be a walking monkey.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, don't let Spaz think tonight.
No, that's not a problem. Spaz just doesn't think.
All right. Well,
thank you.
Are you going to La Barbat?
No, I'm on my way back to Connecticut.
Next stop. Thank you, Pat.
Jamaica.
Thank you very much. Spaz's Week in Review.
All right, we got 2 stories left. The first one, I believe, is about Hanoi Jane.
There we go.
Did I just see the lovely Erica? Is she coming?
Yes. Look, yes.
All right, back to the Week in Review. Here we go.
Anyway, moving back to people in the media, Jane Fonda wants to get rid of the moniker Hanoi Jane. She says she's very regretful that she posed for this picture with the North Koreans.
Okay. Now, all right, hold the phone. She's very regretful.
Yes.
That what?
That she posed for a picture with the North Koreans.
Oh, okay, the North Koreans.
Yes.
Hanoi Jane posed with the North Koreans.
Yes.
In Hanoi, North Korea?
Oh, sweat.
What's the problem,
What, is there a problem?
Is there a problem?
I mixed up my wars.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
I mixed my wars.
Oh, I really didn't even notice.
Yes.
Hanoi Jane.
I totally forgot.
From Korea.
From Korea.
Korea. I totally forgot about the Vietnam War.
Oh, you did?
For a second.
Oh.
That's great.
For a second. So obviously it was just the one time that you made that mistake. Okay.
Probably, yeah.
All right.
Hanoi Jane and the Korean War.
Now, I just think that she was just being very un-American, or maybe she was just captured at the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know.
Wait. Capture? What was Jane Fonda on a secret mission? And the North Koreans in Hanoi captured her?
Well, maybe there's some logic here, eh? Spaz.
Yes.
She was captured?
Captured. How did she end up in Hanoi, North Korea?
Well, what I meant by captured, she was encaptioned within a picture.
Encaptioned in the picture?
So she was there.
Like those criminals in Superman, where that big thing came and grabbed him up and put him in a picture and sent him into space. I'm reverting back to that movie now.
Okay.
She came there to do her celebrity thing to try to pep up the troops.
Pep up the troops in North Vietnam?
That's not what she was doing.
Well, we had to cross the line to fight them, so there were some troops there.
She's a commie bastard.
She did the Bob Hope thing.
She was she was completely against the Vietnam War and posed with the North Vietnamese as a way to show her support for the North Vietnamese people and against the Americans.
That didn't work too well.
Well, obviously, it didn't work too well. Much like the Spaz brain, it didn't work too well.
Mm-hmm.
So she was captioned, not captured.
She was captioned in a picture in North Korea, in Hanoi, North Korea.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's move on here.
I don't know. But either way, I think should be forgive, should be forgotten. It was just a photograph, and I think her moniker should be changed.
Her moniker.
And what's her moniker?
Hanoi
Jane.
Hanoi Jane.
Hanoi Jane.
All right. And you believe her moniker should be changed, right?
Yes.
What should we call her now?
Yeah.
Jane.
Just Jane.
Jane.
Oh, okay.
Because after all, I mean, is it really the American way to hold a grudge against someone for a very long time? After all, human would give in and say, you know what, I forgive you. It's human nature. You got to forgive. Anyway, so good luck with that, Hanoi Jane.
And then you call her Hanoi Jane.
I thought you wanted to change her moniker.
Yeah, but it's not changed yet, so I figured I
still call her Hanoi Jane after that place in Korea. But then I think we should change it to Seoul Jane after that place in Vietnam.
Oh, boy. Thank goodness for the atomic bomb, or we never would have won the War of 1812. Spaz's History Text 101.
Mars checking in, Anthony.
Yeah?
Life and water over here now.
Did Robert E. Lee checking in? Didn't Jane Fonda pose in Hanoi, North Carolina during the Civil War? Yes. Syndication when the Spaz opens a safe with the stethoscope.
We got a professional safecracker on the line for you, Rick.
A professional safecracker?
On line 9. That could be cool to have him come down. All right, let's move on. I think we have one story left, believe it or not, in Spaz's Weekend Review, Ed.
Speaking of Korea, North Korea and South Korea are trying to repair their, trying to be friends again. But now North Korea is ripping the U.S.
Are they trying to become friends again?
Again? I don't think they've ever been friends. That's why there's North and South Korea.
And they don't. And they're not trying to be friends. They hate each other more than ever these days.
Yeah, they're trying to make it so they don't actually blow each other up off the face of the earth. But yeah, friends. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I thought the war ended.
No.
Like in the 70s.
You know, I watched all the Korean War footage. It was called MASH in the 70s, and it ended.
No, the Korean War, I forgot, was in the 50s.
Okay.
Vietnam was in the 70s.
Right. In the 70s.
Well, that's whatever.
Okay, we'll give them that benefit of the doubt.
Didn't the Vietnam War start in the late 50s officially?
Officially, yeah. 40s if you want to concentrate on the French for there.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
But now North Korea is ripping the U.S. over troops in the South. Excuse me, is this a flashback by 50 years between the North and the South Korean War? I just think that, the war is over, so why are they even having a dispute? Why is North Korea even ripping into the U.S.? North Korea is not really a communist state anyway.
What?
We could even knock the crap out of whatever communists are left in there. Okay?
Wait.
I mean, the war is over. Why are they ripping us? And speaking of...
Wait. North Korea, what is North Korea then, if it's not a communist?
Well, they got a couple of communist people, but they're very weak.
There's only like 2. And they are spider goats. Communist spider goats from Mars.
Oh, my God.
Vinny from Rosedale. DNA stands for don't know anything.
Unbelievable. Did you go to school?
Yes,
Did
I
you
did.
learn anything?
I got an A in history.
You got an A in history. The history of what? Pluto?
A for a-hole.
Guys probably like, I got to get this guy out of my class. Give him an A. I don't care. Just get him out of here.
I wish you were in my class when I was in high school. You would have helped the learning curve, man.
So the Koreans.
You know what I'm saying? Where the teacher puts that on the board.
Yeah. I remember that.
So the one kid that got the 100 and like the 2 kids that got the 20s, and we all benefited from the stupid kids.
See, the country's divided still, even though there's not a war going on.
Mm-hmm.
There is still like a Cold War going on between the two, the North and South. They can't stand each other. And we supported, and still do, support South Korea.
Yes.
So that's why we care what goes on over there.
Yes. But even if they make peace and everything, you can't take away that boundary and all the maps and everything to make one full Korean nation.
Well, not until they want to.
Yeah, but then you got to change all the maps and stuff.
Well, Vietnam was North and South until the North overran the South, and now they changed the maps. It's all just Vietnam now.
Yeah, but people still consider it North and South.
They don't.
They separate it because that.
No, they don't consider Vietnam North and South now. It's just Vietnam.
It'll break all trade unions, bylaws and stuff.
Hey, what? Wait. I'm just trying so hard to help him. The trade unions.
Bylaws.
Bylaws? No, it's just Vietnam now. You'd have to find a very old map to see North and South Vietnam.
Yeah, but you still go to the north and you can still go to the south.
Well, yeah, obviously, it's not like it's a one-dimensional place where there isn't an up and down in the north and south.
I'm trying to see, the north still holds the same beliefs as the north always had, and the south still holds the beliefs that the south always had. So thus, there is an imaginary boundary.
Word.
Imaginary boundary.
No, you know something? I really don't think so. I'm sure there are people in both the northern portion of Vietnam and the southern portion that have beliefs of either side that used to when it was North and South, but I don't think it really matters at this point. You know what I mean? There's not like a true division of Vietnam anymore. Not like Korea, where it's North Korea and South Korea, and that's it.
I have a contrary to your belief.
It's like it's my belief. Like he's got his and I have mine. No, my belief is the way it is.
Right.
That's called history and the way it is on this planet.
Anthony, there's a ton.
In a bizarro world.
There's a ton of instant feedback coming in. Private Pile from Jersey. What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
What is your major malfunction, numbnut?
The big yellow one's the sun.
Uneffing believable.
Anthony Hanoi Jane checking in from Paramus. She's living in Paramus these days. Encaption me in a 55-gallon barrel now. Mike from Jersey. Me Spaz, you Jane. Some guy from North Korea. Does Spaz have the record for being the stupidest person in the world? No, I mean the universe. And Ralph from Glen Cove. Isn't a harmonica a musical instrument?
Harmonica.
He did say
harmonica.
Jeff.
I play the harmonica.
Anthony, we got a Vietnam vet on the line. Jeff.
All right.
Jeff, what's up?
Hey, guys.
How you doing?
I love your show. I think you guys are the best. I listen to you every day.
Thank you.
I would love to give Spaz a case of Astrobetus of the blowhole and take an RPG and stick it up his butt and pull the trigger. I hate Hanoi Jane, but my God, I hate it even more. What a derelict.
Wow, a Vietnam vet hates you more than Hanoi Jane. That's a huge surprise today.
It's Ho Chi Minh Spaz.
Thank you, Jeff. Larry, you're next on WNEW. Larry.
Hello.
Hi, Larry. What's up?
I just wanted to say one thing.
Yeah.
He forgot the East Koreans and the West Koreans and the East Vietnamese and the West Vietnamese. This guy is out of his goddamn mind. You know what you should have done last Friday? You should have put a tape of his voice in that barrel.
Yeah.
Those girls would have been out in 10 seconds. You could have saved yourself a lot of money.
All right, Larry.
Syndication when Spaz clones himself.
All right, good job. Spaz, yeah, what about the East Koreans and the West Koreans?
West Koreans.
They get blended in. They get blended in with the North and the South. They pick their sides.
Dan checking, and Spaz is right. The 38th parallel is really a dotted line that goes through the country.
Checkpoint Spaz.
See, I know what I'm talking about.
Merle checking in from Maryland. I guess underground syndication working again today, Anthony. I hear the Jews and Nazi skinheads are having drinks together around the corner today. Bubba from Connecticut. I think Spaz reverted to a movie, but it was probably Dumb and Dumber. All right, and are we ready for the last part of the final story?
Oh, yes.
I think this is where he tells us why JFK was shot.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great.
Listen closely. You might miss it. He just throws it out there casually.
Like the X-Files.
I swear to God, if you don't spit up water right now. Here we go.
And speaking of that war, you know, the French started... Well, I don't want to say the French started that war, but the French were in there. Why couldn't we just let the French handle it? Why do we have to intercept in any war to the power and the glory? Let me get into that with the next story. Our final story, actually, because I'm going to talk about this issue. Finally, World War II medals were given to Asian Hawaiian soldiers. They were finally honored for their effort in World War II. Excuse me, but if I remember correctly, the Japs bombed Pearl Harbor, which is in Hawaii.
Pearl Harbor? Uncle Milty Harbor? Pearl Harbor? Is that it, Spaz? Pearl Harbor?
Sometimes I don't enunciate.
Isolate that.
Excuse me, but if I remember correctly, the Japs bombed Pearl Harbor, which is in Hawaii, by the way, for those who don't know geography. And
after that last story,
for those that don't know geography, like I do, with Hanoi, Korea.
Oh, my God. Could you possibly be any dumber?
All right, here we go.
I didn't see the Hawaiians try to attack back. Okay, okay, they were taking care of the Americans who were there on vacation, or our ships there, but I didn't see the Hawaiians try to help us to fight, okay?
On vacation. We were there on vacation. No, wait, he's killing me. He's killing me, right? The United States Naval Forces were in Hawaii on vacation during...
Yes, when the Japs bombed Disney World.
Wait a minute. The United States Navy was on vacation in Hawaii.
Yes.
And the Hawaiian soldiers were there, the Hawaiian soldiers should have been protecting the vacationing American fleet.
Yes, because that's what they're, in junction with us for.
So why did they get medals when they totally screwed up defending our vacationing troops in Hawaii?
Because we felt bad for them.
Yeah, we need a few carriers and destroyers to vacation in Hawaii.
And how did they all get vacation at the same time?
Yeah.
But
that's not easy.
They put in for it.
We're trying to get everyone from the show to go on vacation at the same time.
We can't even coordinate
we're having
that.
a tough time.
Well, it was the 1940s.
Ah, very good. Okay,
Spaz, before we continue, could you loosen the straps on your hockey helmet?
You better watch out, or the vacationing Hawaiians will get you.
Lewis.
Okay. First of all, dudes, I've been working on getting through to you guys for 40 minutes, and it's worth it. Spaz, pay close attention. This is going to take a couple of minutes, but open your ears and shut your gaping mouth. Number one, there cannot be inhabitants on Mars of the human sort, which means you can go, because trees cannot be planted there either, because there is no air. You dumb F. That's firstly. Secondly, Hanoi Jane was part of the South Korean thing, which is a subsection of Vietnam, which is a byproduct of cat food, I think. Good God Almighty. You guys have been on 2 years. I got to congratulate you. You guys are amazing. I love the show, and I even love Spaz because he's living proof that not all humans have evolved yet.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're safe from the Martian, Spaz. You know why? Because they're afraid of you. Because you're so effing dumb that if they came here, you'd rub off on them. And then they wouldn't know how to fly back to where they came from. They'd be Spaz-like. They'd be afraid of heights.
Lewis, I thank you, but I have to hear the rest of this Hawaiian, Japan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, there were no heroes in Hawaii, Spaz. There were just a bunch of coconut salesmen. And your head is a coconut, you dumb F. They bombed the crap out of Hawaii, where many ships
We're
sunk
vacationing.
where many people were vacationing on the beach with the wiki girls, you dumb F.
All right, I got to hang up.
Yeah, I got to hear the rest of it.
He'll go forever. Andy from Brooklyn. Spaz says, tear down the wall. Reunite East and West Korea. And Dave from Jersey. Hanoi Jane, meet Hanoi Spaz. All right, I backed up the tape just a couple seconds so we get the gist of this last story.
Vacationing troops.
Don't forget, we're going to get to why JFK was shot as well in this story.
The Japs bombed Pearl Harbor, which is in Hawaii, by the way, for those who don't know geography. And I didn't see the Hawaiians try to attack back. Okay, okay, they were taking care of the Americans who were there on vacation with our ships there, but I didn't see the Hawaiians try to help us to fight, okay? You know, they're bombing the island. All right, let me just give you my theory on this. See, the Americans in Hawaii knew. See, the Hawaiian people knew that the Japs were coming over to bomb. The Hawaiian people knew. They had intercepted a telecommunique, and they tried to contact the United States government, tell them that, hey, the Japs are coming. But then the Hawaiians made a joint agreement with the U.S. government to say, you know what, don't warn the American soldiers. Why? Why did not warn the American soldiers? Because they wanted the war. Why did they want the war? Because war is the biggest source of economy in the world at that time. They were just coming out of the Depression in the 1930s. U.S. needed money really, really bad, so they gave Hawaii a cut just to not warn the American ships to get into, so they have their first opportunity to jump into World War II and kick some German Nazi ass. So I just think that's very weak. They could have found a different source to get cash, like maybe re-enter the stock market. After the big crash, there's always a big boom. It's like whatever goes up must come down. Law of Newton. So
the law of Newton. The law of Newton. The law of Big Newton.
The law of Newton.
The law of Newton. Whatever goes up must come down.
You can't eat just one.
The law of Newton.
Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton, yes. Thank you, Spaz. Let's continue.
All I'm saying is that they didn't have to do it that way. Innocent people got killed for what? To boost other people's paychecks, especially in the U.S. government. I just think it's sick. And they did the same thing with Vietnam War. They didn't warn the Americans. Why? Because they needed to stay in the war. Exactly why Kennedy was shot. If people wanted to stay in the war, Kennedy wanted out of the war. Why? Because everybody wants the moolah that you get from war. I mean, I just think it's sickening, okay? And that's my theory on that. And that is the K-Dog Week in Review.
Can someone zap me? I'm dying.
Please, bring in the Psycho Mark Mallet and hit us all on the head.
Oh, my dear sweet Jesus.
Kennedy was killed over the Vietnam War
because he... What?
He wanted out.
And how weren't the American people warned about what Vietnam thing? You're saying the Americans weren't warned about bombing of Pearl Harbor. How did that happen in Vietnam? What weren't they warned about?
Easy.
Okay, it's never easy with you, man.
They would probably just tell him, say, you know what, this is just a peaceful mission just to help out the refugees. So they send them over, and they say, you know what, there's not going to be much going on over. And then all of a sudden they say, you know what, you got to pick up a gun and shoot that guy.
He's almost right. They did start out just sending some advisors over there.
Okay. To help out the French.
Okay. All right. I'll give you.
All right, listen.
I'll give you a piece of that one, but the whole Japanese, Hawaii, American thing.
They knew.
Who knew?
The Hawaiians intercepted.
Do you realize that? Do you realize the American naval forces were there because that's where the goddamn base was? That they were. The Pacific Fleet was based in Hawaii. That's where they lived. That's where our ships were stationed in Hawaii. It was an American military base.
But think of this. Okay.
See, they weren't vacationing there.
See, they were.
Hey, God, make a left with the carrier. I want to go to Hawaii.
Did they use Priceline.com?
Priceline.
You see, they weren't in the war yet. They didn't get into the war until December 7th when Pearl Harbor got bombed. So they were there getting massages and like a little ukuleles by the Kiki girls. So until they got into the war.
You realize we were stationed there, though.
But they were...
Hawaii was a military base for the United States.
They had nothing to do. They were hanging on the beach.
Why are you trying to explain it to them?
They were hanging on the beach until they got...
So and the medals that you were talking about were given to Asian soldiers that fought in the American Army.
But they didn't do much to prevent Pearl Harbor.
What?
Otherwise, it wouldn't have gone bombed so much. If they helped...
No one could have prevented that.
It was a sneak attack.
It was a sneak attack.
Yes, they could have prevented it because they intercepted the telecommunique.
What was this telecommunique?
Yeah, there were some inklings.
Were they online with AOL? And
they
got an instant message?
You got mail.
Oh, look at that. We're going to be bombed.
Right.
No, there were certain clues, but it wasn't anything like, there's conspiracy theorists that say that the American government knew and wanted to get in the war, but the American people were against it, so this was a good way to get into it. But that's just like a conspiracy theory that's kind of crazy.
Well, they did a whole program on it where this guy was talking about it, and I watched it, and it made very good sense to me.
Well, then it must not have made any sense to anyone else. It made very good sense. If you came away from that thinking the American forces were vacationing on Hawaii...
Kevin.
Yeah.
What's up?
My
guys
God.
are awesome.
What's up?
I want to tell you guys what I learned today, and that was the biggest Japanese spy in World War II must have been in the U.S. Department of Navy's Travel and Tourism Department. Spaz, you're an idiot. I'm driving my car off the Tappan Zee Bridge just because I had to hear you today.
All right, thank you, Kevin.
The funniest
Have a good
thing about Spaz is he gets these little pieces of facts, like just little tidbit flake of fact, and then everything else is fabricated around it.
And Spaz's Cerebrum checking in on line 1. Hello.
Spaz, can you take me out of the jar of formaldehyde and put me back in your goddamn head, please? Hey, Anthony.
Yeah.
I wanted to give you a humanitarian award for working with retards. I see that you're painstakingly trying to educate the handicapped.
I'm trying, but it doesn't work.
Obviously.
We're going to get an award from the Special Olympics soon.
Syndication over here now.
All right, thank you.
Later, guys.
All right, I think we're done. Spaz's dad checking in, Anthony. The big stupid one's my son.
The big yellow one's a son.
Spaz, who was more evil, North or South Hawaii during the war?
They were neutral.
They were neutral.
All right, listen.
They were neutral.
Listen, Ed.